PlayStation 5. I finally own one. I finally own one. It's feels good. Feels really good. Now, when you get a PlayStation 5, and I'm now 72 hours in the experience, I thought it would be good just to share you my ups, my downs, the good, the bad, the ugly, but not from so much from a technical standpoint, but more from a user experience. I'm a tech nerd by default, but I always value the consumer that is not concerning himself with the technical stuff, the teraflops, the GPUs, the CPUs, the throughputs, the INOs. There are people out there, believe it or not, 98% of them, they don't care about these things. They want to understand or they want to feel an experience that is an upgrade from what they had, which is the PlayStation 4, or maybe it's their first entry into a console. So I just want to share you my thoughts on that front. So let's get into it. But not before we check this information, right? If you're new here, drop a like, subscribe, hit that notifications button, and support the dream of a small YouTuber. If you've already subscribed, welcome to the club, and a huge thank you to everybody who subbed in the last few days. Now, the PlayStation 5. Do you still remember the day when you bought a PlayStation 3? I do. And I got that PlayStation 3 and I opened it and the box, and there was that big, fat, ugly console, that black one. I now still have you see him over there. It's the PlayStation 3 Slim. When that came out, I immediately upgraded and I sold off that old bastard. But I had the same experience with. Why is my chair doing so difficult? I had the same experience with the PlayStation 5 now. I got the box, and it's freaking heavy. It's freaking heavy, mate. So I opened the box, and I got the console out, and my wife just walked by, and she looked at the thing and said, "Wow, it's big." And I said, "I get that a lot." No, not, Jesus. Stick to the program here, MV. Stick to the program. So we looked at the console, and it's heavy. It's huge. It's absolutely huge. If you use the PlayStation 4, base PlayStation 4, which I have, and I had the PlayStation 4 Pro as well, um, even in relation to the PlayStation 4 Pro, the thing is huge. It's absolutely huge. So I removed the PlayStation 4 Pro, I removed the PlayStations, and I put the PlayStation 5 there. And I looked at it, and when the PlayStation 4, whether it's the Pro or the Slim, or you got the base, it's kind of slick. It's kind of slick. It's not screaming. It's not in your face. It's just a black, curvy, tight thing. And fine. But this one, it's just boom. It's there. And I think it's really ugly. I think it's one of the most ugliest consoles I've ever seen in my life. And that's subjectively speaking, because I get it, guys. I get it. Maybe you like it. Maybe you think it's mwah, maybe you think it's beautiful. But I think it's one of the ugliest consoles I've ever seen in my freaking life. But okay, here we go. It is what it is. We're gonna stick to it. We're gonna work with it. Now, the first thing you will notice when you're setting up your console is the ease of use on setting it up. It works with QR codes even. If you've got an existing PlayStation account, use your QR code, the PlayStation app you got on your iPhone or your Android or whatever, and you're good to go. It's very smooth transition, to the PlayStation 5. The boot time, whew, it's quick. It's quick, mate. I think it's really just under a minute from the moment you turn on the console and to the moment you actually want to play Ratchet and Clank and you press forward to move Ratchet, right? So that's super quick, and that was something that just struck me immediately is how that actually works. Closing down an application is also finally an enjoyable experience. Did any one of you try to have played Call of Duty, right? And if you're in a multiplayer game, you need to leave, you need to stop, right? and you want to close down the application, oh my God, before your console, even the PlayStation 4 Pro, before that console actually is in a position to close to bring up the menu where you can close down the application, it's you can really see him calculating what the hell you want, and then you close it down. It's a seamless in and out experience on the PlayStation 5, which I think is absolutely enjoyable to experience. And well, closing down a game, why is it so enjoyable? Because it wasn't an enjoyable experience, and now it is. It's just an experience. You know, it's close down your PlayStation, you start him up, and the boot time is massively quick in terms of starting up a game. Load times, no load times, and that was something that struck me as well. I'm in my previous video, I was pretty hesitant to understand why I would be impressed by this. I come from the Commodore 64 age, guys. I'm an old fucking geezer. We had load times exceeding 20 minutes. So if I need to wait a minute on a game, I'm good. I'm good. I don't even have time to check my phones and get my chips and Coke. Not anymore with this. It is just no load times. Absolutely not. So that was pretty good. But now talking about games, there is one thing I genuinely freaking hate about PlayStation, about Sony, which Xbox Microsoft has got. They nailed it. PlayStation not so much. I'm talking about backwards compatibility. If you go to if you logged into your own account from PlayStation 4, you go to the library, all your games are there that you've played in the PlayStation 4. Not PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4. They need to be digitally bought for you to download them to the PlayStation 5. If you're an old geezer like me and you have PlayStation 4 games on a disc, you see them there, but it reverts you to the page to buy them again. So I don't understand these restrictions and why they want to do it. The architecture, well, inside the PlayStation 5, in terms of architecture, it doesn't differ a lot from PlayStation 4. So there is it doesn't need a lot of issues to just let me pop in a disc and play the game. So for me, that was a bit painstaking, and I wasn't really happy with that. Xbox, you can play Xbox, Xbox One, Xbox 360s. You can put that disc in there and it will run. It will download a package and it will run. So I don't understand why that is. Of course, I have enough digitally bought games on my PlayStation 4 to try out how it works, download some upgrade packages. I've played Battlefront 2, Star Wars. Looks awesome. It's 60 frames per second. It's absolutely fantastic. The load times were a bit of a painstake with Battlefront 2, but they're absolutely gone. Even the upgrade in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War was noticeable. I don't like the graphics at all from Call of Duty. I don't see why that would be something that you're amazed with. But if we look, for example, in God of War, which has a visual upgrade, which has some ray tracing capabilities, but especially the 60 frames per second is absolutely a feast for the eye. And now pushes me for another playthrough due to this 60 frames per second experience. And at first I thought it wouldn't really have an impact for me, but it does. It does. It absolutely does. Another perk I want to give you a heads up about is the USB ports. They used to be on the front, PlayStation 4. They're now in the back and in the front. Why would that matter, you say? I just hate these freaking wires on the front. Jesus Christ. Now I've got my PlayStation 4 VR hooked up to the back of the console. And you can just request they will ship it for free. It's a connector adapter for your PlayStation camera to your PlayStation 5. And the PlayStation VR works flawlessly. So I don't have those wires on the front, and my PlayStation VR works seamlessly on the PlayStation 5. Super happy with it. I can't wait for a new upgraded version of the VR, but for now, I'm enjoying myself. It even runs smoother, it loads better, and it's absolutely fantastic that they ported this PlayStation VR, also showing that they're tied in to this platform, which I think is the best platform besides a core platform, right? So on the front, you got USB-C and USB as well. Fine. Talking about the games, coming back to the games, the external hard disk. Well, it's not a hard disk; it needs to be an SSD, of course. I do believe it does swallow a normal spinning disk, but for the future, you want to have a solid state to be ready. Because why be ready? Because you can't play games from the solid state external drive. You need to copy them back and forward, and you need an extra solid state because, damn, how quick is your internal storage full? You only have about 650 gigs raw to your disposable. It's absolutely madness. Install Battlefront 2, Call of Duty Gold War, and you're almost good to go. You know, you're fine. You're done. So that's something I hope they fix sooner than rather later. So yeah, and if I look at the visual upgrades, damn, Ratchet and Clank is and you see an example here. It's this ray tracing. It's out of this world. This game is built from the ground up for the PlayStation 5, so it really utilizes all its power, all its raw power and upgraded power, and the visuals are absolutely out of this freaking world. I was really, really, really impressed. I've got a high-end PC here, which I can do a lot with, but for a console with this type of money, it's absolutely phenomenal what they can do now with ray tracing, visuals, resolution. I'm playing it on visual modus, not on performance, so it runs 30 frames per second, but I am running the most Champion League visuals available now on the PlayStation 5, and it absolutely looks gorgeous. It's a feast for the eye, and you see a noticeable difference from PlayStation 4 Pro even, which has a 4K checkerboarding, and what you can now reach with this game. I'm running the game now, or the console, on a Q950R, which is a Samsung 8K TV. It also upscales my 4K signal when it's natively 4K. So the game looked absolutely astonishing on my television. Absolutely enjoying that bit. So can't wait for all the games that are coming. No doubt that they're going to utilize a lot of power. I must say that I'm always pretty happy when the cross-gen games are over. You know, in the beginning of PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5, you had the same with 3 to 4. Glad when that's over and that we're going to fully focus on PlayStation 5 games only, because eventually you need to find a middle ground. I know that with Horizon Forbidden West, you will have two separate games, in that sense that there is a huge visual upgrade for the PlayStation 5. So let's see where that is going to bring us. Don't forget the audio. It's now 3D audio. And from 3 to 4 PlayStation, there wasn't really a noticeable upgrade in terms of sound card and the capabilities thereof. Now you do notice a huge quantum leap forward in terms of sound. So my overall experience, guys, if you look at what the core technology is going to bring you, this is absolutely a fantastic upgrade from PlayStation 4. You see a huge noticeable difference in visuals, resolution, power, speed, closing down, using the interface. It's a flawless experience. But if I look at the console itself, I can't wait for there to be a Slim or a Pro or any other design, because it is the most ugliest consoles I've ever seen. But I'm going to enjoy it so much. This was Movement 6 out.